Sutapa, welcome to our channel Speech
Hello, sir.
English. You
Yes.
are new to our channel, so can you just introduce yourself, please, so that my subscribers can know about you? I know you very well,
Of
but my
course.
subscribers don't know
Yes.
about you. So please introduce yourself.
Sure, sir. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. And talking about myself, my name is Sudapa Paul. I live in Assam with my family. And as far as my education concerned, I have completed Masters of Arts in Education from IGNOU University. So far, I have teaching skills. I have been teaching over 4 years, more than 4 years. Um, and in between, I worked in IT sector as a software seller. I was trying to find out work from home. After working there a couple of months, then I switched my career into teaching field again. So currently, I'm an abacus teacher as well as I teach public speaking to the kids through Planet Spark platform. Fortunately, I got this opportunity from there. So, and talking about my leisure time, I love to meeting with people and listening music, watching movies. And along with that, I run a YouTube channel. There I upload podcast videos, and my channel name is Sutapa's English Corner. Thank you so much for hearing me.
That's amazing. Okay, so Sutapa, earlier you were working in IT sector, so you were in sales, right?
Yeah, I was under sales
All right.
department.
Can you just let me know your roles and responsibilities there? I mean, what exactly you were handling? What was the product?
Okay, so by hearing that field, we already get some idea that this is would be like selling. They will give more priorities to the selling, how many products you are able to sell. So it was an internship kind of thing. So I was learning and I thought like let's learn something new. Of course, it is entirely different field from my teaching skills. So I thought let's try to learn something, whether I could, learn something new or not. And I found like a little bit challenging task. At the beginning, I was into learning mode. So they were providing some training, and along with the training, they were providing salary. So I was not getting it too much worry about how to sell and what. So gradually, it's become more difficult to it was a daunting task for me to sell those products, software products, convincing people through about online stuff. It is a kind of scam. So we don't feel to purchase something, and so I was calling to many random people and explaining the software. At first, I got the training about like how it works, that product, how one can manage their work into this software. Then I started giving demonstration. Then gradually I found challenging, like they asked for visiting um, their institute. It was an school product, like school software. It was an school ERP software and institute management software. So they were asking about to visit their place. And being a girl, it is not possible, and it is not about only being a girl also. Uh, let's suppose I'm living in Assam and people who am I connecting with the northern side people. So it is not possible to visit their place. No, it's too far from my place. So trust issue was there. But still, I somehow I gained their trust. It's a kind of a business, you can say, and in the business, you have to maintain the trust with your clients. Then you can grow. So somehow I maintain this, or I achieve some of the I sold some of the product, but then still I didn't find any interest to continue. It was like out of my curiosity, like I was an introvert person. I wanted to cut down my hesitation talking with random people. I wanted to learn something. I got an idea, so I thought like I should stop that. I should quit that.
So Tapa, since how long you have been in the field of teaching?
Actually, after completing my graduation, I started teaching in the as a private school teacher. I started my career because I live in a small town area, so there's not that much opportunities are there. There's no such big companies. Being a girl, maintaining with family dignity, we had only one option left. So I started teaching there.
Since how long you have been teaching?
It's been more than 4 years, would be.
For past 4 years, you have been teaching in institutions. So you just let me know, like, what made you a good teacher?
Okay, that's an interesting question. I can imagine my back then days. I was into school, so I started feeling like why teachers are directly start beating to the students without knowing the true fact of why the reason they didn't learn the stuff, homework or what. So one day, what happened? One of our teachers asked to us to write down an essay on aim of our life. So everybody was writing down that they want to become doctor, engineer. They were just copy pasting that from there where they learned by heart that essay. So I started thinking deeply, like, what should I write down? Because everybody was choosing that big profession like doctor, engineer. So I thought, like, let's write down there to become a teacher. And I just unknowingly wrote there, I want to become a teacher. And also, I had a feeling that, as shared, that a teacher should be amiable to understand that students' problem, the core problem, why they are not able to complete their homework every day. Some students have their personal problem too, family issue. There would be a lot. So, with that thought, that moment I just wrote down, and gradually I said the reason that we don't have any option left. So I started my career, but I thought like I have to start something to manage my expenses. Then I started, and after joining a school, I started loving to interacting with the students, and the way they share their gossips and everything. I feel like so connected. I feel like I'm living their life. I start feeling.
That's fantastic. I am learning it. So Tapa, my another question for you is like, what are the most common challenges which you generally face while handling these students? What are the common challenges
Handling
you generally
students.
face? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So all students are not same. Like people are known to me as a very polite person, as a very calm. But when I start teaching, I lost my politeness. I lost my that I do have peaceful nature. I felt like different personality I do have. If they start making noise too much, it's too difficult, and it's more difficult when I was teaching in primary level school. So their students are how to say they try to make noise all the time. So I used to find out the different techniques, so how I can make them busy. And going to higher level, like for example 7th standard or 8th standard, if they show themselves that they are they show their overconfidence. They are good at everything. They don't give you know most probably we can say that they don't give respect to the teachers. So it's become a different challenge I built. Then I try to um, let them feel more confident, like yes you are, it is not an overconfident, you are yes you are a good at this thing. So I let them to teach a weak student, so they feel like more confident. They feel like okay, they have gotten different task. So I try to assign some different tasks to make the class engaging. So this is how I try to manage.
So, once we think of holistic approach of teaching, so what are the common challenges you find in rural areas? Tackling with the students, like what these are the particular challenges which these students are facing in rural areas, and what exactly we have to do as a teacher, to bring those students at a particular level.
I didn't get your question actually.
My question
Do you
is,
mean to say like,
what
is it
are
very
the
common that teachers are facing some challenges to uh, handle
no,
students?
no. My question was different. My question was like what exactly the problems or the difficulties these students are facing who are in rural areas,
Oh.
right? So what exactly the
Mm-hmm.
loopholes are there in the education system of India in rural areas basically, and what exactly the things which we can do as a teacher to bring those students at a particular level.
It's very heart-touching question. I met one student. I remember that constantly, getting scolding to him every single day. It's been more than 2, 3 days. Repeatedly, he was not able to complete my homework. Then one day, I just asked, like, uh, keeping him next to me, and I asked him, like, tell me, share your daily routine from getting early in the early morning and then going to bed. How do you spend your entire day? Then he explained he came from, I think, Muslim religion or something, different religion. And in that religion, some people they perform so many religions tasks. They need to visit their mosque. Then I understood like mostly they're spending their time into mosque. Students, the kids were spending there, and they are actually I understood like they are not getting time to complete my homework. After completing their school, they he elaborate everything, and I felt so pity. Then why I felt like how do I beat him? How do I scold him? There is no choice. Like it's about his environment, his family environment. It's he's not getting that educational opportunities, and even family, talking about the parents, they are not understanding that he should get some time to complete his homework. They should make sure that is he completed his homework or not. But instead of you most of the time, and after coming back home, they try to complete their having dinner as early as possible, and then they just go to bed as early as possible. So in between they are not getting time. They are spending, the kids in today's kids, they are spending their entire time school, tuition, and other stuff. Like mostly they are not getting extra time to complete such you know their homework. And on the other side, other parents, they were totally, they are totally depend on their tuition teacher. They are not giving other time. Like if there's their child is facing any problem, so they try to hire one more teacher. They try to get one more tuition. So multiple tuitions were there. Like being a primary school level student, so uh, they should, I think one tuition teacher it is okay, or if the parents are not capable enough to teach them, so one teacher is okay, but they try to hire multiple teachers, multiple tutors. And so every in front of every teachers, they are getting scolded by the and gradually students they feel like demotivated, even without checking that that tuition teacher, it is she or he is capable enough to teach your child or not. Sometimes they teach wrong things also, and start blaming to the child that he is making, or she is making excuses, not learning, not paying any attention, instead of finding out the ways. because every child is different. So I believe like we should find out the different techniques or methods which can bring them some attention to the study, or what's making them like um, distraction from the study. We should need to find out, because being a child, there's we can't blame to them. We are the responsible person.
Okay, perfect. How important role is for the linguistic skills or the language skills for those students who are studying in rural areas? Like, are they as good as the students who are there in the metropolitan cities in terms of language?
Sorry, I didn't hear your question.
What is the importance of language skills for those students who are there
Language
in rural
skills.
areas? Yeah.
Ha ha ha. Yeah, so like, yeah, when I started learning this language, English language, I got to know many people are trying hard to learn this English language, because when after completing their academic field, after gaining so much of score in their academic field, so now it is the time to face the interview level, and the interviewer, they do not check out your advanced level of words or not, but only they would check out your fluency, or are you able to depict yourself properly or not. That thing only they check out it. And so many people are started facing afraid of uh, learning this English language. They start feeling like it's a big deal, or being an Indian, belonging in local area, even if you are trying to learn this language, other people would start mocking at you, that you are okay, you are trying to become a foreigner. So it is not about a foreigner. It is true that even in cities area, children are speaking so well, and being an adult, we should learn it. And this is all about a language. Why can't we learn it like other language? For example, Hindi, or let's suppose you are learning Japanese, Chinese, but we don't give that much shocking expression. We don't express this. We would feel like, okay, you are boasting about yourself. That means you are learning English language. That means you are boasting about yourself. You are showing yourself arrogant. It is not like that. People are taking it in this way, in a negative way. And yes, talking about rural area, they know when it comes to crack the interviews, they know what they are facing it. Mostly who are coming from technical background, after spending their entire years to gain some scores and learning so many technical stuff, when it comes to face the interview, they hesitate and they struggle a lot. And I have met some of them, like they have good score, even gold medalist, the tech engineering or something like that, but still they are not getting hired because of the lack of communication skills. They are trying it, and I feel like mentor should be there. I have started my journey on my own. I started my journey learning on my, so I spends most of my I spent my lots of months or years, you can take, um, struggling here there, from where should I learn, from where should I start, the basic things and all, because proper guidance, it was missing. So I was just struggling and suffering a lot. And also I thought like, maybe this English language is not meant for me. I should drop this mind. I should stop learning it. I should indulge my time into something, learning something skills, like maybe preparing for government exam. So I was into dilemma. Uh, then now I do understand, like without mentor or guidance, a teacher, you can learn, but it will take a long time, maybe more than years, like uh, 2, 3 years to get the fluency. If you get the proper guidance, so it would be faster. to learn. Of course, you have to work on yourself. Just like going to gym, we need mentor, but but overall, you have to work of yourself. We have to give the efforts, but guidance, mentor would be there to give you the
And
proper chart, to give you the provide to proper roadmap to gain your destiny, to reach to your destiny faster as possible. So one thing I would like to ask you. So you have asked me so many questions, like it's okay. Uh, but one question I was wondering about to ask you, because you have experience training so many people, developing communication skills and all. There is a one thing. Sometimes we frame sentence, correct sentence in our mind. Okay, but when it comes to deliver it, we end up it saying it incorrectly. Why does it happen? We frame that correct sentence, but we are unable to, deliver the exact the same sentence. We end up incorrectly.
let me answer it very short form. Whatever we think like psychologically, it's a psychological proven fact. Whatever we think in a day around 56,000 words. In a day, 56,000 words we think. But whatever we speak, which is very less number, 5% of this, not even 5% of that, whatever we speak. So it takes a certain kind of time to process the thing in our mind because it's a part of communication process with their coding and decoding. One is encoding, whatever I have to think before I speak. So that's encoding process is going on in my mind. And then whatever I deliver to my audience, then they decode first, then they try to hear whatever I have delivered to them or whatever I have said. So it's a lengthy process. It becomes a lengthy process. Sometimes people they tend to ask this particular question, like whenever I interact with someone and I'm not good in that particular language, and I think of in my regional language, then I translate that in my head, and once I translate that, then I try to come up with in that particular language. So it becomes a lengthy process, and wherein it becomes a lengthy process, then we tend to make mistakes, right? We tend to make blunders sometimes because our brain doesn't work at first, at it is required at that time. So it again depends on the efficiency level, how efficient we are. So that is what
You mean to say
practice.
we are habituated about translating from mother tongue to English language? We are habituated of that,
And it
and
is
that's
not,
why we are facing such things.
yeah, sometimes because we are habitual
Oh,
of
that's all.
translating the things, and sometimes
Maximum so.
because it becomes a lengthy process of whatever we are thinking and whatever we are delivering. There is a huge difference in between that. Because whatever you think, you cannot speak, right? You think many things, but whatever you speak, that is only 5% or even less than that, right? So whenever whatever you think, you cannot utter out that. Whatever you have to utter it out, then you have to think about it twice or thrice or even 5 times or more than that. So in that particular process, you tend to make mistakes. And that is for everyone. So it is a lengthy process. Okay, my last question for you is, Sutapa, what is the difference between language skills and communication skills?
Language skills. I think we are in that area. We are focusing more into language to develop to become a not good speaker. Talking about to become a very good at that language, particular language, and becoming building a communication skills. It means like how you can interact with another person, how you can make the environment more friendly, and yeah, I think communication it's between to break the ice and making the conversation more meaningful and more engaging. It could be any other language. Any language is allowed in building the
Correct.
communication skills. Is it?
Correct. The language skills only play 30% role in communication skills. But whenever we talk about communication skills, it is very lengthy and it is very broad. Like 70% of communication skills are built on your body language, non-verbal communication, which is called your body language, right? Your body postures and gestures, eye contact, how you present yourself, your complete behavior, how you display yourself. Okay, that is all from my side. So, Tapa, if you have any other question, please feel free to ask me. So, I'm ready to answer your question before I wind up the session. You have any question for me?
Yeah, I had that one question which I already asked you. One more thing, I wanted to know how we can overcome of this, how we can tackle this situation when we to become an good articulate, to become a an articulate speaker. As I explained that we thought something, but we think something, but we deliver it in a wrong way. Uh, what practice we can indulge and we can tackle this situation.
Exactly. We have to train for playing in that way that whatever we are thinking, we have to get command over it, right? What we have to be concentrated enough.
Okay.
We have to focus enough whatever we are learning, because learning is the lifelong process. We don't have to bring ego in ourselves. Ego is the negative side of attitude, whether it's a positive or negative. Whenever we talk about negative attitude, it becomes ego. So don't bring ego in yourself. Okay. Learning is the lifelong process. Whatever you have learned so far, that is just it's quite equal to a well. But whatever you have not learned so far, that is just equal to like an ocean. Are you getting me? So
Okay. Yeah.
all the time, we are a great learner. I am also a learner. You are also a learner, and everybody is learning. Whenever we bring this thought in our mind, like we have learned so much, and we are far ahead than other people, then we have to stop learning. Whenever we have to stop learning, we are not going to proceed in our life. We are not going to for the growth, we have to always keep on learning. Learning is the lifelong process. We should never. Okay,
Of course.
and
Yeah.
that is only one thing. Like in Hindi,
Yeah. Okay, sir.
whether you understand or not, but I'm just telling you one quotation. Like तू अपने को कर बुलंद इतना कि दुनिया तेरी हुकूमत पर मरे और कोई भी तेरा राज जान ना पाए यदि जानना भी चाहे तो वो खुदा भी तो सरा कर पूछे कौन तेरी जिंदगी की रजा करे. That means you develop yourself at that high extent wherein nobody can conquer you. And you are only the one because every expert was a beginner. So whatever you are learning, just bring that learning to yourself. Be a lifelong learner.
Yes, of
Thank you
course.
so much.
We should remember such quote so we can
Thank you
get
so much.
some
Thank you
energy
so
to
much,
continue our
Sutapa,
journey.
for
Thank you.
being with me. And it was my pleasure having you on my channel. And I hope, like next time as well, we would connect very soon and we would have
Of
discussion on a
course.
particular topic.
Of course. This pleasure is all mine, sir. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.